we made it back down, and got a little mariachi band back here to throw a celebration. Huh? How cool is that? So first things first, thank you for all those that were concerned about our safety up there. Trust me, so were we. We made it down, but, you know, I mean, what you'd consider barely. I know I ran out of water when we were still 9,500 foot on that mountain up there behind me. And I know the other guys were out too. You know, we managed this thing as carefully and as well as possible. And it worked. It worked. We're down. Nobody's hurt. Not severely. I can barely walk. I went down once, but nothing sprained too bad. A little sore, but kept it working. First camp is at 10,016 feet. Second camp was about 9,000. I'm going to report just right off the bat, man. Bad news first. We did not find the lodge kill zone. We worked the side of the mountain with every bit of everything we had. And we did amazing. And the things I'm going to show you in video are stuff you've never seen before. We did get into the area. We got into the territorial zone. We got into the places that Dave or Martin absolutely don't want you to be. We had a lot of activity at GLST first night. We found tracks, hair, all the above, the brakes and stuff. I started tracking them and ended up running into a subject about 30 feet in front of me who burst up, man. I didn't get him on video. I got the moment after, and he threw a whole bunch of dirt up in the air. I mean, so much dirt got in my eyes, everything else. You can see it when I start videoing, you can see the dirt still falling. And he outran me, and went about 200 foot, made 5 or 6 big bipedal hits. Then he smoothed out. I could hear him moving a little, and then nothing. And I went in after him, and he wasn't there. I mean, he's there somewhere, but I don't know where he was. And like I said, we did real good at GLST. He was actually watching camp, and I kind of surprised him. And trying to get close so y'all can hear me. And then we hit the mountain, and like I said, we went up from about 9,000 foot up to 10,016 foot elevation. And we got into their area where they had set up blinds and an ambush point for deer. And so we decided to camp between their 2 blinds and their ambush point. And this is big stuff. It's not little. So I sent down pictures of an X that was 8. Each tree in the X was 80 feet long. I sent on the live video, I show you some stuff, you know, carry-ins that probably weighed, 20,000 pounds. Wasn't done by just one big guy. This was done by a lot of big guys. And we bluffed all that off on the live stream for you. I hope you guys got to see some of that. I had people bitching about it being pixelated. To those people, I got a little message. Man, just turn this shit off. Go turn your TV back on. They got a whole bunch of Finding Bigfoot reruns. You're more than welcome to go watch. This is real shit, people. This isn't fake. We don't have a film crew. We were dropped off. We have no way to get out of there. There was no way. You could come in with a fire team and helicopter extraction, and that's about it. I'm not joking around. This isn't little shit we're doing up here. This is dangerous. It's real. We're real fortunate we could even live stream one time from that mountain. We should have signal all over the place. Got the best devices money can buy for what we're doing. Absolutely. There's people saying, you got a crappy phone. Well, buddy, you lay yours down on a table. Let's set it next to what we're bringing up there. And I've had about enough of these chap asses expecting us to be a TV show and giving you perfect shit. We give it the best we absolutely can. For what we just went through, you're lucky you're not standing here in front of me. I'll give you that much. Other than that, I'm going to let you know this. We had outstanding results at that first night at that place we streamed from. Within 20 minutes of us setting camp, setting tents and stuff, once they realized we were being there, then we had a pretty good vocal report. Actually, on first entry, when we went past the sentry point, just like I told the team, man, there's a sentry hangs out there. I passed it about 200 foot, and about mid-team, it lit off with a nice, deep, real guttural, real deep. No word, just guttural grunt. And so that validated sentry position, whatnot. They got to see that. And then we went on in, and like I said, we got to the 10,016 Camp A, and we had them hooting and hollering around us. But the first thing we had was once we set tents, we had 3 loud cracks. Bang, bang, bang in a row, no joke, no second, no wondering what that was. And then we started getting some vocal reports from 2 different directions. And then we got off in the distance about where the knocks came in from. Maybe 250 yards or so, we heard something talking. And there's no people up here. We saw a sign of one person where the people go on the mountain. Once we got a certain point, nobody. There was nothing. Not a single sign, one. And so anyway, we heard speech. There was a couple of them were conversing back, but we couldn't make any of it out. I had to leave my dish. Wade brought his dish. Boyd had to leave his. So we had one dish running. Wade was kind of new with it. Didn't have it set up right at that time. By the time I got him set up right, that was over. But I'm sure we got walking pops and sticks and breaks. So we had 2 subjects that stayed around us all night long. They stayed about 200 foot, 300 foot out, coming in a little bit every once in a while. We couldn't get them on therm. So we're probably not just going to show you raw therm, and there's nothing on it. So, but I put out some infrared cams that are my little stealth eye cams. Yeah, short range, but they work good. And we'll see what popped out of them. We haven't, of course, had any time to review anything. They just dropped me off the mountain. So I'm just waiting on my lady, Tara, to come pick me up. I probably have an hour and a half, 2 hours, wait on her. And but crew's gone, team's gone, greatest bunch of guys in the world. So that following morning after the Camp A, Boyd picked up tracks down there. We had 2 subjects that were messing with us all night, juvies basically. One of them with a 12-inch foot and the other one with a 16-inch foot. Of course, we photographed everything, logged it. And we probably found collectively, 20 prints or something. And they actually came up to my camp. They came up closest to my tent, within about 30 foot. And all kind of an angle to the camp we had set up. So we'll see if that caught them or not. We did sleep in shifts, but not primarily. There was a time when we call it our safe time, when everybody did go down, and we just took that chance. And then following day, man, we worked the site. I mean, we had 2 locations based on topographic reference that it could have been located at. Because when I came out of there, we were off a 2-day interview. We were supposed to be out in a couple hours. It took 8 or 9 hours to get out of there. So we had to do 6 to 8 extra miles, drop 2,000 foot, raise 2,000 foot, injured with mountain bikes and a 50-pound pack. It was night. It was just getting too dark, almost too dark to see when we got to the lodge. And then the whole exit was basically on the second wind. It's one of those things where you're so far gone, you're gone. You shouldn't even be walking. Your mind just keeps you going, but you don't remember much. You kind of float through the whole thing as a dream. And that's how leaving the lodge area was. It hurt so bad. And so going in was based on recollection and what we could fit to topo maps. And so I was confident we'd hit it. And we knew there's a possibility we may not be able to hit it this trip. We did absolutely beyond our damnedest, man. There's nothing you could do to push harder. There's nobody in the world that would have made better time. There's hardly very few people in the world would have got up and just did what we just did. You can tell I don't even have a voice, man. And so anyway, so we pulled that off. We egressed after camp, left that area, moved through the first zone that the topo indicated. That was not it for sure. I mean, there's no mistake in this place. You cannot walk by it. It's impossible. Moved through that, got to another trail junction, and where we had to make a decision at that point. So we went down a little bit, made second camp. And when we first got in there, of course, we had some vocals, we had some tree knocks. Nothing like the first night, even though we were closer to the lodge. They just seemed to kind of keep an eye on us. And I don't know if it was that same subject or not. But before we had descended down to make camp at the conjunction of trails, we found a 20-inch print. Real beautiful, big print. 20 inches, pretty good sized critter. And we dropped maybe 100 yards below that, maybe 100 foot in altitude or something like that. Made that second camp. And then temps just happened to, everything said we were going to be 40s at the absolute lowest, high 30s. Well, we were mid 20s last night, and nobody was prepared for that. I certainly was. I didn't even bring a jacket on this thing. I brought a sweater and shorts. You can see here with some slip-on thermals. And so anyway, so mid 20s is pretty rugged, man, when you ain't got a bag for that and you're not geared for that. So we had a really hard night. I stayed up. We did it, and we stayed up and we did our. Tara just got here to get me. Look at this. Look at the smile. Smile for the world. Look, there's my baby. We're live.
I know. We couldn't find a parking spot, though.
Oh, that's all right. I'll wrap this up and I'll tell you. We'll go order something and come and join me. All right, thanks. Good to see you, baby. So anyway, it's after second night. We had to make a decision to go back up the mountain and how far we could progress on either of the laterals up there. We're already, you're talking, what we're doing takes a certain amount of water and stuff just to get back off that mountain. And so I pushed it. I went ahead and ran half the upper trail. Didn't see what I thought I had seen that night I came out. And so we had to make another decision. We made one to come back down and check a lower trail. And that was another mile back on that one. And by the time we got that done and got packs up, most of the guys were out of water at that point. And so we kept working, man. We kept working it. And we literally pushed to the point I think most people would have called for an extraction, to be honest with you, what it does to the body and the mind. And the guys did really good, man. And I'm taking 100% of this on me. They did an excellent job. They did everything they were supposed to do. One or two is a little bit green and this kind of stuff. Maybe they didn't know what to expect. They do now. I'll tell you that much. This is KX. This is what we do, and they're going to know it from now on. But I take 100% on not finding the lodge on my shoulders on this one, 100%. And it's not over. We're already got plans to go up and do it again. Because it's a huge mountain range, but there's only so many places on that mountain that fit. And so we've marked off what we've looked at, and we're making plans to go check the rest. And needless to say, we're down. Took 5 hours to get down the mountain. As a slip walk or whatever, it's 5 miles, but collectively when you walk it in real life, about 8 miles at a 40-degree slope is the minimum. So if you walk your feet forward on a 40-degree slant, 45 you're sliding. And that's what it was down the whole thing. So we pulled a rough way out, but it was the shortest way to get off the mountain. And we're down. So but what we do have is a tremendous amount of video we're going to show you. It will show you damage like you've never seen before. It will show you carry-in, obstruction, construction structures like I'm sure most, if not everyone, has never seen before. We'll be bringing that to you. No, we did not find the lodge, Alan. We pushed it as hard as humans can push it, besides having to evac somebody out of there. It's a huge area. We will find it. Process of elimination is only so many places it can be. Doing this requires a special caliber person. And I've had people ask, well, is this guy with you or not? As stars, TV, and people ain't going to be up there. It's not going to happen. It's a team like this or it's never going to be seen, period. So we will make it happen. We're not going to give up. But what we did come out of there with, lots of feet print and tracks from both areas. Got hand prints, knuckle prints, all that kind of stuff. I'm sure we got some good audio. Going to have to go back through now at least 100 hours, 200 hours of video, just as much audio, and work it. And, that's all we can do. Yeah, but you guys are going to get to see it. You're going to see stuff that blows your mind. You're going to see stuff you've never seen before. And I think you'll get to maybe witness a little bit of the reality of what this takes. This was not pulling up in a parking lot and getting out and going doing a damn thing. This was getting dropped off by a shuttle with everything you can carry, hike to 10,000 foot elevation, work aside of a massive mountain with incredible slopes and forest and all this stuff. So all I got to say is I hope you guys are as glad as we are that we're off the mountain alive and safe. This was pushing it. And I've been in a lot of situations, and we pushed hard. I'm real proud of this team. We averaged about 2.25 miles per hour in that country. All of us were bearing at least 60 pounds when we left the vehicles, and that's, I don't know if you ever carried weight before, but at 10,000 foot elevation, where where there's roots and rocks and all this going over, climbing to go over trees and under trees and that are blocking the trail and this kind of stuff, wearing 60 pounds ain't easy. And we did it for you guys. We did it for everybody out there to bring these answers out. And some guys lightened up pretty much. A lot of their weight was food and water. Most of my weight was electronics and gear, drone, all that kind of crap. We did do drone recon. So I didn't get to lighten that much coming down. So I'm still over 50 pounds right now after the fact. So, but anyway, we did it. We're down. And I'm just going to cut this. And you guys, whoever's just jumping on, I could just wait for more people and try to build a bigger stream. But I'm telling you, they pushed me about as far as I can. I'm sitting here right now with the mariachi band taking a break, and wonderful band. But anyway, so we'll start pumping out material, man. If I have to do some shorts, just try to get you guys something that you got right now, we'll do it. So much to put up, so much to show. Hit me on Facebook, Robert KRYDER. Hit me on Facebook if you haven't, because I'll be throwing a lot of still photos and stuff like that up in there to our KX Cryptid Hominid page. It's a Cryptid Hominid Bigfoot NM or something like that. You'll find it. But come see what we're going to show you anyway. It's still going to blow your minds. And the Lodge and Killzone will come. We got on the edge of it. We were in the area. We're in the territorial area, in the large damage area. We did see the gravity, what the big ones do. And we'll get to show you that. And, best is yet to come. That's what they say, and that's what it's going to be on this one. So I appreciate everybody's support. I appreciate those people that contributed to the GoFundMe on this thing, and a dime go to waste. And just want to say thank you. And we're here for you guys, and we'll do it, man. It's not stopping here. So stay with us. Watch what we put out there. You guys are going to love it. Thank you.